So the death penalty in the world is used almost for a crime of murder, and people commit crimes, some pickpocketed, some vandalism, and some murder. But the question is, should all crimes considered equally, or should they separate those crimes based on how they committed and deserve? So, before starting to my topic, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Visal, and I'm so happy to be standing right here to be presenting to you guys all of my topic about the death penalty should be used as a punishment for a worst crime. So, as you can all see now, in today's society we have rules, and on the other hand we have crimes, and uh, so therefore our world is overpopulated and people are starving and some living in poverty, and in the worst case scenario they go and do bad stuff to get what they want, and like killing, stealing, or kidnapping. And so we the people must do something to activate it. So I'm going to talk about three main parts. The first paragraph, I will list the reasons and some example why death penalty should be used as a punishment. Next, I intend to give some of my reasons to back up my points and few wrong ideas about the topic. And lastly, I will go through the sum up and hope that death penalty would really work in our and the next generation to prevent and warn people not to commit crimes. So without any further things to do, let's get into the topic. Moving on to the first reason to support my topic that the death penalty should be used as a punishment is they are just a waste of resources. Why keeping them alive and let them live in the jail comfortably with providing them food, health care, and just to clear them off from earth and start using money to build our society and develop the resources. For heavy crimes, it's better to get rid of those criminals who commit worse. It is better to prevent and avoid it. A lot of things happen because of those criminals. They have killed people, raped children, committed acts of terrorism, and they are too dangerous to be kept alive. Instead, why don't we just get rid of those people and clean up the places of prison and use that money to feed the poverty from over the world? And so this concludes my first reason. Turning to the second reason is the ultimate warning. If the criminals know that they will be put to death for committing crimes, then of course many of them will be much less to act. And if they get caught, due to that, murder still happens very often, so some criminals will be in less action, and some have stated that prison is worse than death. For example, as American man named Zacharias Muzazawi was close to received a death penalty. Instead, he was sentenced to prisons, and ever since that day, he has spent one day in a small cell and 1 hour of exercise every single day. And there is also a communication with the guards, but they have been taught to say nothing to the prisoner. However, depending on the crime, some will be killed and suicide in the prison due to the difficulty in the cage. And this includes my backup points. And now I'm going to state some of people's ideas about not giving the death penalty to the criminals, and I will give the proof and show that why it is wrong. So the first things that they say is only poor quality defenses may lead to death. So in this point, that why it is wrong is because we don't have poor defenses. Actually, we all can see now our development of the country is getting rise up, and we've already set up the plans and set up the laws, and over that we also strengthen the security in the country in order to stabilize and remain peace, which means we don't have low defenses. Instead, we are trying to strengthen the law to create awareness for our citizens. And the second things they say is it is a cruel to be more clear. That's what death penalty are for. We take one person out and show it how cruel to die in this way, which means other criminals will be in less action due to they see how cruel and unusual to die that way.